Hi, and welcome to A Punk with Toys. My name is Lawrence, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends, the X-Men Weapon X. I believe this is a Target exclusive. I could be wrong, and if I am, tell me in the description or in the comments. People love telling people when they're wrong. But anyway, we're going to take a look at this guy. You can see the card's a little beat up. But anyway, I had no intention of getting this until I saw it at Target, and then I was like, oh, and I actually walked away from it. Ran into another Target and saw it, and I was like, God, I gotta have that. But I really have to have it because I gotta see if I can fit it in this thing and then have Dr. Mindbender and maybe, I don't know, an Operation Monster Force figure running experiments on him. But anyway, as you can see, he has an alternate head that looks like it's a little beat up. Like maybe you can see adamantium through it. He's got the big helmet on. He's got different multiple claws. And he's basically been sitting in this tank here, having the adamantium put into him, or however you want to work with your lore. But anyway, he's on the card back. Got Wolverine up there. On the back, you have a little description of Weapon X, exactly what he is and everything. Again, 5L, 5 language. And there we can see him. But anyway, you guys don't want to look at me. You want to get this open. You want to see if it's worth picking up when you show up at Target and you see him just sitting there on the pegs, and you're like, is this really worth me getting another Wolverine? Man, Wolverine's just cool, dude. Like, it's hard not to want another one. But anyway, let's get into this. But before we do, if you like this type of content, you like when I drop Marvel Legends, please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Marvel Legends. All right, so Weapon X is out of his plastic prison, so let's take a look at everything that he comes with. And if you're new to the channel, I like to go over the accessories or everything extra that he comes with. So he has this open hand. You can see the hair on it because he's a very hairy fellow. You can see his fingernails. You can see the detail in his hand. So I think that does look pretty good. And then he has a punching hand for the other arm. Still have the hair all over it. And again, this guy doesn't need knuckle dusters because he has adamantium. Then we're going to have two open claw hands that the claws are actually straight. This has been a huge issue, at least when I've seen it from a lot of these Wolverines. So we can see the hair on his hands right there. You can see him kind of just, I like the way this looks, where you just kind of have it open. You have these nice claws. I don't know if they come out. Yep, you can pull them out, and then they just have a nice big hole right there. So that's for Tony's Figs, who got upset. But I don't think Wolverine's not supposed to have that, because if he was supposed to have holes in it, then that would be. But it could be right after he retracts them. So you got two hands that are the same way, just like that. Then we have, I'm assuming this is a hearing device. It does have a peg here that this cord is going to go into. Very pliable, so you can move it around. I'm not sure exactly how it goes on, but you can see what's supposed to be 6 little dots right there. Maybe this one's only supposed to have 5. But again, it looks pretty cool. And then we have this head sculpt, and you can see, I'm assuming this is the adamantium actually being put into him. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? But I would assume that is adamantium being put in through his pores and everything, so it can bind to his skeleton structure. But here you have the nice looking hair, big wild hair. He's got the big chops. All right, and the hair is, it's not very pliable. But his eyes do look good. The damage looks good on him. You can see that like kind of pouty lip right there. Then he's got the big old nose, all right? So I'm assuming that goes on that side. I mean, I should look at a box and see. It should go on that side because that's the hair. Maybe it just goes over top. I don't know. We'll figure it out once we get it on, right? That's how we learn. All right. Now, as for this actual figure, we'll take a look at him. So this helmet is molded directly onto him, so it's all part of that head, probably so you don't have to hide the hair right there. looking at it, you have the big dome, all kinds of mechanics on it, electronics that you can see, all in one color, but I think that's kind of how it looked. Then you got the red sitting right there, and then I'm assuming there's a little gauges there. Some sort of speaker antenna array right there. I think we all remember from what X-Men was that? One of the X-Men where he breaks away, where he breaks free. I can't remember. They all start to jumble up together. But you got all the hair just kind of filtering down here. You have some belt buckles with some nice paint. You can see the holes right there. So you can see this actually strapped onto where it's supposed to be. And then over here on both sides, I'm assuming this is more tubing that's injecting everything into them. I really don't remember because I did not read this. But hey, if I'm way off, then I'm way off. I'm looking at an action figure, but I think he does look awesome. All right. Once again, you have like these leather straps, and you see the detail just wrapped all the way around it. And then you have this stuff here. I'm assuming the gauges. It looks like maybe this is pumping some stuff through it. You can see some vital signs right there. Over here, I'm assuming this is just, it looks like little on-off or whatever. It looks like a little display of some sort. But this guy has hair all the way down his arms. He's got the hair on his chest. He's got abs. Even little abs right on the side. His obliques. There's his legs. Hair all the way up onto his thighs. Hair all the way down. And this dude is barefoot. As for his articulation, he can look down and he can look up that far and he can look side to side. All right. He's got a T-pose right there. He swivels at the shoulder and at the bicep, double pinless elbows, and then obviously the wrists are going to swivel. Now, he does have the butterfly joints, which are right there. Oops, lost focus. There's your butterfly joints right there. The butterfly joints are meant so he can cross over, and hopefully they actually work. So many of these companies are using butterfly joints, but they don't actually do what they're supposed to. All right. So this one here, same thing. All right. He has the ab crunch, so he can go that far down. He can look that far back, and he can turn side to side. They have this awful waist right there, but luckily you can kind of have this hide it. All right. There's his Jean-Claude Van Damme. No drop down hips. He's got the thigh cut. Double pinless knees. And then you have your ankle rockers. And absolutely no boot cut. All right. As for swapping out his head, pull this little piece off. And head pops off just like that. Now, this should just pop on. That pops on nicely. And swap out the hands. No issues there. And you can take all this off, it looks like. When the belt comes off. And take the wrist part off. Be nice if you could get the belt off. You could probably slide it down. If you want a almost nude Wolverine, that's up to you. And what we're going to do is we're going to throw on an open hand. Now we're going to take this. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this thing's supposed to go on. But if we punch this in here, I mean, it looks like they're supposed to go over his ears, but I don't see how. I feel like I'm totally missing something because they can't go that way. I mean, I guess they could. So maybe I'm missing something. Again, I'm reviewing an action figure. So, as for him standing, no issues there. Can we get him in a running pose? So he's running away. He actually looked like he was about to stand pretty easily. You can get him running, standing pretty easily. This guy is a big, chunky guy. So what we're going to do quickly is stand him up right here. I'm going to grab one of our Operation Monster Force, and you can see just how much bigger. These guys are basically the same as the G.I. Joe Classified. Matter of fact, here's a Classified right there. So you can see they are taller, as he should be. It's not a Marvel Legends thing. This is a Wolverine thing, all right? But now what we want to do is, let's get this off. I still don't know how that goes. I'll have to look after. And then we're going to pop this on. And then let's see if he can fit in this cell here. Now, do not ask me where I got this. This was given to me by my buddy Greg. So I don't know where he got it from. Hey, look at claw fall out. Ooh. Don't want the claws to fall off. I mean, that's something that will be lost there in time. Alright. Where's this guy made? Still made in China. Man, I don't know what they're doing with that factory in Vietnam. I swear they made like 4 G.I. Joes there, and that's it. So this guy's going to be difficult to get in here. And those guys are just going down. Alright. So, if we bend his arms like that, how does this thing plug into? This plugs in back here. And if we take this, and we slide it down, I believe we can get our Wolverine in here. And look at that. Now he is ready to be experimented on, and lights. So this will be fun to do some pictures with. Not right here, of course, but there you go. That is your Weapon X. I forgot how this thing went on and off. There we go. Now quickly, since I'm just kind of sitting here and I have these figures, here's your Operation Monster Force figures, your heads. So, let's just quickly see if, look at that, their heads are universal. Oh, that's a Frankenstein monster right there. So, as I told you guys before, this is the same neck peg, Operation Monster Force. G.I. Joe Classified is like the only 6-inch, basic 6-inch figure that doesn't use the same peg size because they're stupid. Anyway, there it is. That is your Weapon X Marvel Legend. Let's wrap it up. Alright, so it was on the back of the box, believe it or not. Look, right there, there's a line. And this is meant to go underneath it. And it plugs into here. And then it's a face massager. Yeah, it's a face massager. No, that's how it's supposed to go. So before anyone's yelling and screaming, and they probably already are if you're watching this video, yeah, that's how it's supposed to go. There's literally a line. And I actually showed it on the back of the box, but sometimes I have a hard time remembering to read stuff. All right, wrap it up. Alright then, there is your Marvel Legends Weapon X. Yeah, I don't know, like, I know a lot of people didn't like it. I know people were mad because, from what I can tell, this figure came out 6 years ago, and they're mad that they redid it. You know, not everyone was collecting from day one like you. But anyway, I had no intention of getting this till I saw it on the pegs, and then I was like, God, I like that. And then I walked by it, And I left the store and I went to another Target and there it was again. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try and get this because I thought about that device right there that I have. It always sits empty. This is exactly who that thing was made for. And no, I don't know where that came from. I believe you can get them on AliExpress, or at least you could before. I think they were on Amazon. I don't know. Again, I didn't buy it. Greg bought it. He said, here, you want this? And I don't turn things down because I have issues. But anyway, there is your Weapon X Marvel Legends Target exclusive, I think. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. What I'm going to ask from you is to please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a Marvel Legends. Now, don't go anywhere. You might be like, I've seen you do G.I. Joe, but have you done any other Marvel Legends? Well, the answer is yes, and right up here is going to be one of the figures that I recently did, and down here will be a playlist of all the Marvel Legends stuff that I reviewed. Take care.